I'm concerned about one of my Year 10 science students. She's significantly underperforming in not only my science class, but others like maths and history. I'm also concerned as she seems to have a tough time at home and is becoming more and more socially disadvantaged. She used to participate in sport and music outside of school, but has recently dropped both of these hobbies. She spends a lot of her time with an older ex-male student who got expelled last year. The other teachers and I have had various in-class confrontations with her and are struggling to find a solution. Despite all of her troubles, she does excel in food tech, PE and music.
This year sucks. I've been failing in almost all of my subjects and I don't know why I even bother. My teachers are always whining and we just don't get along. It's so hard when they don't understand me. The girls in my grade and I have fallen out because I had to stop soccer because my parents can't afford it anymore. My friend Bill says I'm better off without them and that I should stick with him. I do like food tech, PE and music, and the teachers are nice. It makes me miss soccer and guitar though. To make life worse, my parents aren't getting along at the moment and keep fighting at home. I don't know what to do or who to turn to anymore.
Okay class, so today firstly we're going to hand back your test results. You did really well, so good job. Here you go, Sally.
It is concerning that Sally is underperforming considerably across not just one school subject, but many, including maths, English, history and science. She does, however, excel in PDHPE, food technology and music, yet she has stopped all her extracurricular activities in these areas. This highlights the possible reasons why she is underperforming in these areas and what could be done to help. For example, what does she enjoy and what are her strengths in PDHPE, food technology and music, as these factors could be implemented into other classrooms to help her increase her achievement. Sally also has behavioural issues and several classroom confrontations with students and teachers during the classes she underperforms in. There is a need to understand the possible influences and reasons behind her behavioural issues and underperformance. Research suggests there are numerous influences associated with student underperformance, including teacher behaviour and interest in the student's personal and academic growth, realistic academic standards, relevant content, parental expectations and involvement, and financial hardship or lower socioeconomic status. Furthermore, negative behaviours are significantly related to academic achievement, and academic achievement can impact on perceptions of peer relationships and behaviours. Evidence shows peer relationships can significantly impact on later achievement, further highlighting the importance these relationships can have on Sally's achievement, her self-esteem and well-being, and her behaviour.
I'm a bit worried and disappointed about your performance, Sally. Do you want to meet me after class and we can discuss your options?
No, I don't care. You suck, this course sucks, I'm not coming.
Sally has trouble expressing her emotions, which leads to misunderstandings with her teachers and peers. Her frustration and boredom are not being able to understand her work translates to aggression in confrontations with her teachers. It is suggested that Sally's social and emotional well-being should first be developed to address these issues before focusing on academic success. This can allow her to manage her emotions, to have healthier relationships with her teachers and peers, and to set positive goals for herself.
Sally is facing relational difficulties on two fronts, home life and school life. Sally's parents are struggling financially and are constantly arguing. This means that there is no or limited family contact, and if there is any family contact, it has a negative impact on Sally. Her parents are not able to provide a secure base for her, and her mental and emotional health is suffering. Lack of finances has forced Sally to move away from extracurricular activities, and she does not identify with peers of her own age. Academic underperformance and deteriorating mental and emotional health has led her to being bullied by her peers. In order to find emotional stability, she has moved towards older peers. However, Bill has a history of substance abuse and low academic performance. Sally's desire to fit in and adapt to the practices of Bill might lead her to consume illicit substances while degrading her academic performance further.
I'm sick of it. Sick and tired of it. Every time I turn around, I'm getting accused of quitting. What?
It is evident that Sally experiences two types of social disadvantage: economic and home life. As previously mentioned, Sally's parents are struggling financially, which forced them to pull her out of soccer and guitar lessons. It is evident that Sally enjoys and excels in sport and music, so there is no question that having to quit both of these extracurricular activities would have been disappointing for her. This could explain the frustration she demonstrates at school, which leads to confrontation with peers and teachers. Most likely, due to financial hardship, Sally's parents have been arguing frequently at home. This is not only distracting but also distressing to Sally's school performance and emotional well-being. Frequent arguing and constant tension at home shifts Sally's focus away from her schoolwork and negatively impacts her mental well-being. An intervention that addresses Sally's economic social disadvantage could solve a multitude of the issues Sally faces. Addressing the financial aspect of why Sally had to quit soccer and guitar will allow her to focus her energy in a positive way, reduce time spent with negative peer influences such as Bill, and allow her to build positive relationships with peers her own age with similar interests. Helping Sally and her family out financially may also decrease the financial strain on her parents' relationship, which could in turn reduce arguments at home. Mentoring and school scholarship programs have been found to improve academic self-efficacy and achievement among economically disadvantaged students. A study conducted to investigate the influence of economic disadvantage on physical fitness and academic performance found that there was no impact on fitness. However, students facing economic disadvantage scored significantly lower compared to students who weren't economically disadvantaged academically.
ASAP Science presents the elements of the periodic table.
There's hydrogen and helium, then lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon everywhere, nitrogen all through the air, and oxygen so you can breathe, and fluorine for your pretty teeth.
Look at my grade, miss. I got a C for science.
Wow, well done. I've been talking to Miss Jones and she's let me know about a scholarship that I think will be very good for you. It's to do with sport and music, but you do have to keep these grades up, so keep up the hard work.
Sounds good, miss.
The strengths-based approach is beneficial to Sally through promoting personal development and well-being owing to the identification and support of competencies, characteristics and resources both within and surrounding Sally, such as utilising her strengths of sport and music and school scholarships. The strengths-based approach to teaching can lead to outcomes including improvements in Sally's school engagement through groupings and lesson choices that build on her individual strengths, see increases in her achievement and her pro-social classroom behaviour, along with seeing reductions in bullying and victimisation of students.
Bullying can be prevented by applying a whole school approach. For this to be possible, teachers and other school staff members must be observant of all students and must be ready to intervene. The gather, respond, involve, and promote GRIP framework can be used here. Teachers can gather information from other teachers and students about Sally being bullied. Next step will be to respond and talk to Sally and her parents. Teachers can ask open-ended questions such as, "I've noticed you seem disturbed lately. How are things going?" If bullying increases, teachers need to involve others who can provide support for Sally, for example, her advisor, principal, counselor, etc. Sally's confidentiality should always be respected and teachers should not disclose any personal information to anyone who doesn't need to know. Finally, teachers and school must promote safe and supportive environment for Sally and other students who are facing similar situations. School should also set positive expectations about behavior from students and other teachers.
The strengths of the strength-based approach and group model include: they can be applied to individual students such as Sally and implemented in all classrooms across the whole school. There is the ability to modify the approach and model so it is tailored to Sally or other students' individual learning needs, and it allows for the student to have a voice and input. Sally is able to have a say in her learning, support, and the plan. The limitations include: it will take time for the approaches to be implemented and then for progress to be seen. It will not happen overnight and may even need to be modified several times to suit students' needs. The student may be apprehensive to try the approach or for change to take place. Teachers may struggle or not have the available time for this extra support to take place. Confidentiality is important to ensure the student's personal information being said is not spoken about to anyone who does not need to know. Students may be apprehensive or embarrassed to begin with due to having to admit and speak about being bullied or victimised.
Another theory is the environmental-based approach that seeks to develop a supportive learning environment in the classroom, setting high expectations for students to reinforce motivation and encouragement to open up new opportunities. Bullying in particular can be influenced by environmental factors such as peers, family, and teachers. It is especially important to reach out to the parents to help extend efforts to the home environment for additional support for student learning.
The main strengths to an environment-based approach is better communication for closer relationships between teachers and students, which can encourage the students to more easily seek help when needed and to have better discipline. They can also be more engaged and become more comfortable and feel motivated to exert greater efforts in their work. However, there is limitation that there might be not enough time to properly address social emotional challenges in the classroom, and it may also be difficult since there is such a disconnect between the school environment and home life, so it is important for close parental involvement.
The child framework is mainly concerned with aiding teachers to create safe and supportive environments for optimal social and emotional well-being, plus mental health. By using this framework, teachers will be equipped to impart ideas of empathy and emotional coping skills, which are extremely applicable to Sally as she faces various school and home life difficulties. The child framework promotes meditation and relaxation skills in order to overcome personal and academic challenges. The strengths of the child framework are that it focuses on social and emotional well-being, which has been proven to enhance academic performance and overall personal growth. By allowing the teacher to impart ideas of empathy and emotional coping skills, positive relationships between teachers and students are sure to result. Empathy and emotional coping skills are important life lessons with value that will transcend school. There are some limitations of the child framework, and these include that programs such as this one often take a long time to produce tangible results. It could become expensive to train staff to be confident at teaching empathy and emotional coping skills. Another limitation could be that students may be apprehensive to participate in activities such as meditation.
Later.
Okay class, so our quick quiz results are back from last lesson, so I'm just going to hand them out first. Sally, really well done, you've come a long way. I can see the effort you've put in, you should be really proud.
Thanks, Miss.